And keeping with the dystopian theme, here's a poem about Morgantown. It's called Skid. Here, when it rains, the air smells of shit and dead fish. Undertones drift down University Avenue, chasing cars bathed in streetlight afterglow, flickering. A man on the radio says, "We've all got our reasons to burn." Sneakers joined with laces hanging on telephone poles, above patches of battered sidewalk. Stray gravel seeps into open potholes like salt settling to make them in winter. Another New York license plate forgets to signal, so a local tailgates him all the way to the liquor store. Children play in the spray of passing cars. Prophets stand on used soap boxes and preach in the campus quad with megaphones, while frat row begs for donations in a corner booth. She digs a cigarette out of the glove compartment, 6 months old. Wiper blades offer moments of clarity. Cars in front spit debris. Smoke rolls through the cracked window. She keeps driving. Next poem is called Folding Paper. In a small farmhouse outside Paris, a man sits at his kitchen table folding human faces. He creases a square on its diagonal plane. This is the beginning of a nose. We are born through folding, he thinks. He dents eyelids with his thumbnail. This face will be sleeping. He moves slowly and sips coffee between folds. At an elementary school in Israel, a woman teaches geometry with paper bluebirds. There's no cutting, no tape, and no glue. An alligator is built using one 6-foot square, and the Eastern dragon has 1,000 scales. This is not additive or subtractive. It's only changing the memory of paper. A boy genius discovers unfolding protein and cures disease. He sits alone in his office at MIT, pleading concentric squares. Next poem is called Portrait of a Hometown. It's about my hometown, Belington, West Virginia. A cashier at the only Sheetz in town struggles to give directions to an outsider. Pointing to the fountain drink maker, she tells him, "Cross the blue bridge. It's the color of blue." He's been up and down the main drag 3 times, but still can't find it. A nationwide insurance office my father used to run holds Weight Watcher meetings Sundays after church. A chalkboard sign outside advertises fat-free cookies and vitamin water. Lamar's diner became leased industry. Across the street from his sister, Lisa Weiss Ferguson, attorney at law. Cars sit in a tilted parking lot outside of Foodland. All the valves burned out. The sign flickers and hums. Weiss music is still Weiss music. When the Saints Come Marching In is the only song I remember how to play on a clarinet I haven't used in years. But I tell my mother not to get rid of it. She sells it anyway. Sorting through donated boxes of used eyeglasses at the VFW, Kiwanis sit in polyester suits at a reserved table drinking warm beer. They hold fundraisers once a month, cakewalks and bake sales to keep active. City Council dusts off railroad tracks and opens the mountain rail. From April to December, board any one of 4 unique trains, says the Barber Democrat. A few tourists, but mostly elementary school field trips, take the S-curve burrowing under Cheat Mountain, like a garden adder under poplar porches. Military discount available. Round rock pillars stand in the middle of the river from the bridge that washed away in '96. A new bridge was built, steel reinforced concrete the color of gray sand, but the locals still call it blue. And this last one is a very political poem. It's called 12 Days of the West Virginia Chemical Spill and Counting, and it was about the chemical spill that happened in southern West Virginia last year. Day 1. West Virginia residents in 9 counties, Jackson, Rowan, Clay, Putnam, Cabell, Logan, Kanawha, and Boone, check into Charleston Trauma Center reporting symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and skin irritation. Day 2. 787 cases of exposure. 9 of 55 counties can't use the water. Piped into homes, hospitals, schools, and offices. all contaminated. Day 3. NBC Nightly News covers the story for 2 minutes and 28 seconds. For emotional appeal, executives in business suits decide a child must be present in frame at 39 seconds. A mother with the appropriate twang questions why she's paying for water unsafe to drink. A semi-tanker is stationed in a parking lot outside the hospital. Water is distributed like government cheese on the dole. No one knows when the issue will be resolved. Day 4. The New York Times exposes lax regulations. Freedom Industries storage facility sits a half-mile upstream from a water treatment plant, the largest in the state. West Virginia regulation does not require inspection for storage facilities, only production. Lawmakers and politicians offer no answers. Everything travels downstream. Cincinnati shuts down intake valves from the Ohio. Day 5. Governor Earl Ray Tomlin begins lifting restrictions on drinking water in zoning priority. Day 6. Aaron Brockovich posts photos on Facebook, a porcelain bathtub filling with yellow water tinged green, a caption that asks, "And it's clean?" Day 7. Freedom Industry files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They will pay back nothing and refuse to comment. Day 8. Senator Manchin says he will continue to fight back against Environmental Protection Agency regulations. He quotes, "Montani semper liberi," and has no idea what it means. Day 9. In an interview, he expands on the theme, coal and chemical inevitably bring risk, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't shut it down. The paper calls him Mr. instead of Senator, so he quotes Cicero, because he's been told it'll make him sound intellectual at cocktail parties in D.C. Day 10. Snow covers potted seedlings like souffle skin. Locals go out to measure icicles hanging from houses. Mom calls to say, "Leave the faucets dripping." Day 11. Freezing fog hangs in the air, delicate and vicious. Plows run, but streets are covered again in minutes. Cars drive white-knuckled in creeping lines. The world is again preoccupied with Chris Christie. They deem it Bridgegate. Day 12. The House of Delegates declares a West Virginia prayer day. Prayer will not create appropriate living wages or money for education. Prayer will not clean up the water supply. We do not need a leader sitting on his knees and genuflecting in prayer pose. We need an Elizabeth Warren for West Virginia. Someone armed with a pen and the knowledge to use it and a few scratch sheets of paper. For House of Delegates, one needs to be at least 25 years old, a citizen of the U.S. for 7 years, and an inhabitant of the state they represent at the time of election. For Senate, one must be at least 30 years old, a U.S. citizen for 9 years, an inhabitant of the state they represent at the time of election. Now who will it be? Thank you.